Okay, so today what we're going to do is show you how to fix a leaky mag on an airsoft gun. So I've got here Tokyo Marine 1911. I had a leaky vent on this. Basically, it had been stored for a while, and the seal around the bottom of the mag, which is where it most commonly leaks from, had dried out because it hadn't been used. Took that out, give it a good soak, and put it all back together again. No issues at all now. So I'm going to show you how to do the same thing, but on a different gun, because that one's now done. So after doing mine, my friend's given me his Glock that leaks gas. This one actually leaks out of the filler, but I'm going to show you how to do that as well, and what I did on the other gun. So that's the most common place for it leaking. So first thing, take the mag out, put the gun over to one side, get that one out of the way. Next thing you want to do is obviously make sure there's no gas in there. So on the back here you've got the release valve, just press that in. Make sure there's no gas. If there is gas in there, it'll be very cold, so sometimes it's worth pressing with a screwdriver. What we're going to do then is take the base plate off. So on the, just grab the other mag on the 1911. On the 1911, there's a screw in the bottom here that you're going to want to undo. Once that's undone in there, the bottom will actually slide off, and there's like a little gasket around there. So this is slightly different on this one, on the Glock. On the bottom, you need to slide the base plate off first of all. So there's either a little bit there you can push in with a screwdriver or something. Easiest way is on the front of the mag here, you've got a little bit down the bottom here. You put your fingernail underneath that, slide that up, plate just slides straight off. So we'll put that to one side. Okay, the next thing you'll see in here is the screw out on the bottom of the 1911. So the first thing we're going to do is undo that. As I said, make sure there's no gas in the gun. So just undo this one. That comes right out. Okay, so you can see on there was actually a little rubber seal. So maybe you can see that one. So sometimes that can leak. So sometimes it's worth replacing. If it looks okay, you can give it a coat of silicone spray, and that will fix the issue. So now we've done that, this bottom plate should just come out. So you can use that to get it out, and there we go. Like, you can see the rubber seal around the bottom there. So this one looks in pretty good condition. There's no cracks. It's a little bit wet, but not overly wet. Green gas will obviously you can see into the bottom of the mag there now. So usually that the green gas will will lubricate that as well, because it's got the same spray stuff in it as well as silicone spray built into it. But we will give it another little spray before we put it back together again. But what we want to do on this one, we'll put that other bit to one side, is now we want to undo the valve and check all the O-rings on that one. You're supposed to use a special tool, but no reason why you can't just use a flathead. So we'll do that. This one actually leaks from the fill valve, so we're guessing this is where the issue is. So take that one out. You can see there's a little O-ring on the end there. So again, that can sometimes dry out a little bit. So we're going to check that in just a second. There we go. All looks okay. So what we're going to do here, I'm just going to pause the video for 2 seconds because I've forgotten to get my silicone spray ready, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so back again. This time we've got the spray. This is Ballistol, so I use this for cleaning, lubricating, and protecting my guns really. It's pretty good stuff. A little can like that's about $2.99. A friend of mine gave this to me, and I'll certainly be getting some more of it. I use it to, like I said, I use it to clean my weapons after every game. I use my cleaning rod, bit of tissue through it, spray this up and down through the barrel, giving it a few twists until it comes out clean, and then do a few dry bits with none of this on to give it a good clean out. And yeah, it's good for lubricating, especially for seals and things like that. So we've got that. So next thing we want to do is take the valve out of here. Now you're supposed to use a special tool, but for this one there's no reason why you can't use just a flat-headed screwdriver. So I'll whip this one straight out. straight away you can see a rubber grommet there. So that's what's giving you the seal, tiny little rubber grommet there. So there, so you can see it. Now some of these are just normal O-rings. This one's actually got like a little ledge on it, but you can just see there's a little tiny ledge. I don't know if you can see that or not on the camera, you probably can't to be fair. But that little ledge needs to be facing down, but you can also see there's a tiny little chip out of it. So that's possibly where it's leaking, so I think we're going to replace that. So we're going to get another O-ring. This is out of a rebuild kit. This is for a 1911 one that I bought for mine. Didn't need all the seals because my valves didn't leak. So we shall use one of these on my friend's gun to get it working again. So, new O-ring. We'll thread that onto there. And what I tend to do is screw it through rather than just pushing it on, because if you push it on there's much more chance you're going to damage it, whereas if you screw it through the threads, much less chance. So you need to go on a little bit so that you can get it into the actual bit here again. And we'll try doing this one back up. So I need to get on there a bit more, I think. Get right down to the bottom there, and then we're going to give it a little spray, and we'll put that back in. So if it doesn't go straight in like that one just has, just play the little grommet a little bit so you can get it lined up nicely so it goes in there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're also going to give this one a bit of a spray before we put it back together again. What you can do these as well, if they're really dried out and horrible, as long as they're not cracked, they're rescuable, put them into the lid, give it a good spray in there with the oil, leave it for overnight, 24 hours or so. That will most likely sort it out for you. So, top tip there. Okay, so now we're going to plonk this one back in. And then before we pop this one in, we're going to give that a spray as well, just to soften it up. And what it does is it actually makes it swell up a little bit when you get it with silicone oil, if you leave it in there to soak a little while, which is really good because it gives you a much better seal. You will get a little bit sticky with the oil obviously doing this, but if it stops your leaky mags, well worth it. And if this doesn't fix it and it still leaks the same way out of the valve especially, there's a very good chance that your valve is faulty, so you might need to replace that. They are quite cheap. The old one there, not worth keeping. Like I said, you can soak some of them. This one's not really worth keeping because it has a little chunk missing out of it, so we'll put that one to one side. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pop the plate back on again. Just a case of sliding it on. Oh, let's get it on there right. There we go, so that goes on there like that. And then we'll get ourselves some green gas and we'll see if it leaks out like it used to. So there is a tiny little squeak there, but I think we can probably sort that by okay, and there we are. So before, when you fill this up, it would leak everywhere. Now gas is in there. We'll grab the gun, put the magazine in the gun. So, as you can see, it's definitely working now. So that's all you've got to do. Follow those instructions, fix your leaky mags. No more leaking, listen to that. Makes no noise at all, I don't know if you can hear, but a bit near to the camera, but there's no leaking of any noise there at all. And the gun's good to go. So, once again, all working fine now. Take the mag out, make the gun safe. There we go. Thanks for watching.